Hey guys, Bryce here from Tutor Need Families, and we're back today to take a look at what we can do for this Playhouse. It's gotten weathered, over the years, and winter's about to hit, so I'm just gonna use one of these last few warm days to kind of come out here, start taking some of the hardware off, sand it down, and just put some weather protection on there. Also just kind of refresh the look and make it look a little bit better here in our backyard. And we'll do that right after this. Okay, so the main thing is the wood on this. I've already taken some of this outer layer off with a belt sander that I have, and I've used some of this kind of a cedar color weather protection. It just kind of paints on with a brush. It's actually lasted for a few years, but I noticed this year it's starting to really come off, and you can see that on here too. And also some of these used to be green, just to kind of match some of this. We had a trapeze that was part of this at one point that was yellow, so I went through and made some of these yellow. You can actually see some of the original, green turquoise color coming through on that a little bit. But overall, it's held up pretty good. I came out here and just sprayed this one a little bit, so it's a little bit brighter yellow, so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Just to give those a fresh coat of paint. Use the belt sander and just kind of take off a layer there and kind of open up that wood, so it'll take this. It's not really a cedar stain, it's more of just a weather protectant. You can see where it's kind of peeling off, and it's just that bare wood, so it's not really staining it. It is a protection layer. But it's been a few years since I did it, and you can see that it's starting to come off. I never actually got to some of this stuff down here. I did do kind of up there, and that's held up pretty nicely. There's a couple spots I'll probably hit again, but you can see that there's quite a bit on this that we need to do, but I do want to just make sure that it's kind of protected so it doesn't get any more damage before the winter hits. So today's pretty nice, beautiful day. It's probably about 60 degrees out here, and I'm just going to go through and see what we can get done, and I'll show you what we're going to do here in a minute. Okay, so we got a slight change of plans here. When I took these little steps off a few years ago, it seemed like they were already having a difficult time, and now the hardware is so rusted out and stripped out. Tried some WD-40 on the back side, and they're just not going to budge, so it'll make it a little bit harder to go through and sand it with those on. We've got this belt sander here, and we've got some extra sanding belts, so as we need those we'll have extras. But then we've got, you can call this like a multi-tool, or Multi-Master is a brand, but I've just got this carbide bit on it that really helps kind of get into some of those harder areas right around the edges and whatnot. So I think we'll be all right. I was trying to figure out, like, if I have to mask all these off, it was going to take quite a while to go through and do that. So I actually just kind of made a little makeshift deal here, and it let's see if I can do this with one hand, but that way it gets pretty good around the edges and stuff. I'm not too worried about a little bit of overspray, since I'll be sanding around that and then using that protectant afterwards. So I'm just going to use that, and can kind of easily just do my touch up. Might do another coat here in a minute, but well, I'm just going to go through and do that on all the rest, and then I'll go through and do the sanding, and we'll get that protectant coat on. You can see it just kind of easily comes off here. I'll hit it with another coat here in a while, but I'm just going to go through and use that on each of these and get them all touched up, and then move on to the sanding. Okay, so it's not perfect, but we went through and got those all touched up, and then we'll let those dry. We'll probably start on a different area and start sanding, so we don't get any of the sawdust on there as they're drying. I'm gonna grab my eyes and ears protection, and we're just gonna start sanding away and get another coat of protectant on this thing. All right, got the belt sander here. You'll see just as we start this, I won't go through the whole thing with you, but we'll see how quickly it takes this outer, kind of this old weathered look on the outside. It's getting that weathered wood and kind of getting down into that fresh wood that we're going to use the protectant on after we're done here. All right, so I went through with the belt sander, got most of that done, and then just got kind of this area here right next to this post that's going to be pretty hard to get to. So I'm just going to use this multi-tool and that carbide bit, kind of get in there a little bit closer. Yep, so we're getting right in there. So I'll go ahead and keep working on this section right through here. All right, so I got that top rail done there. You can see I haven't done the bottom there. It's still, you know, kind of just that old silver looking weathered wood, but I have done all up here. You can see just that, you know, that beautiful cedar color is coming out now. I've done all those. This I recovered a little while ago. You can see I haven't done the top of that, but I'm just gonna keep working on it. Do that bottom piece and then get working on this wall right here. Okay, so we're actually on day 2. I ran out of sunlight the other evening, but I've got most of what I wanted to get done. I don't know if I'll get to like the main decking top or bottom, but I wanted to get this side and that side pretty well done. You can see it's turned out pretty good as far as like being able to reveal that original wood underneath. Same thing down there. On this decking, I think it's just had so much sun, like I really worked hard up there, but it's proved to be pretty tough on this lower part to get down to the original wood, I guess you could say. At least I was able to get the old protection coat pretty well off of there. I'm ready for the new coat to go on. So where it's not a stain, I'm not as worried to get all the way past some of this, you know, kind of weathered stuff on the outside. I mean, it ran across and sanded everything pretty well, so I'm pretty sure we got a good surface to do that on. So do that and just kind of touch up a couple areas, and then that'll probably be all I do in this video, but then got some other areas that I'll eventually get to. So that's where we're at. I'm just gonna get the air compressor out and blow off all the excess dust, and then I'll go ahead and get a layer of the weather protection on, which I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so we're back here with Nixon, and Cooper's running around here somewhere, but we've got this not done yet, but we got the whole rock wall in the front done. Show you kind of what it's looking like. If you're interested in just getting you know, just kind of a refresh look on some old wood and just want to sand it down, put some protection on there. Just got these little yellow rocks kind of refreshed with some new paint, and went through and sanded and touched everything up with this weatherproofing. I'm just using the Behr Premium. It's part of their wood coatings products, but this is just weatherproofing. It's an all-in-one wood finish, and it's the cedar natural tone. So that's what I went with this. Obviously they have tons of choices, but you can see I just got, you know, that side done on both top and bottom. I just need to get the decking on both levels done now, which I'm going to do next. But just want to show you what you can do if you just want to refresh your playhouse, and it's pretty simple to do. I mean, it took probably a few hours just between the sanding and then kind of going through and getting that new weather coating put on there. Anyway, tell us what you thought. Leave us some comments. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel. And that's it from Trinity Families. We'll see you next time.